Let's head over check-in with Colin Cowherd today. Hey, Colin, what's on the show?
Well, one of the reasons I don't think the Lakers should go hard after Anthony Davis happened yesterday, 9 in the morning at breakfast. We'll talk about that coming up.
Thanks, Colin. Time for our final topic of the day. In a case of like fathers, like sons, LeBron's son, Bronny, is going to join Dwayne Wade's son, Zaire, at Sierra Canyon High School next year. Bronny will be a sophomore and Zaire will be a senior. And remember, their dads won 2 titles together in Miami. Shannon, what do you make of this?
People gonna criticize. I can't believe these two prodigies. They got to link up. Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan would have never played on the same team. Stop, get over it. I love it. Let them play together.
Kids.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Kenya Martin's son and Scottie Pippen's son also go to the school. They've already signed letter of intent to go to Vanderbilt. Yep. Why are they going to Vanderbilt? I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. But I love it.
Basketball
It ain't a factory. It's not a factory.
Somehow you gotta like that.
It's not a factory.
Yeah. So LeBron's kid's going to be in 9th grade, and Dwayne's kid's going to be in 12th grade.
Right.
So it's freshman, senior. Now,
Freshman, senior, sophomore,
sophomore.
senior.
Well, I had sophomore.
Maybe it is sophomore.
Yeah.
Okay. But the point is, I thought they were happy with Crossroads in Santa Monica.
They are.
I don't know what happened because, this is way out in Chatsworth. People don't understand
It's a drive.
It's
I looked
way
it up.
out there.
It's a hike.
It's way out there, and you have to go on the dreaded 405 freeway. So is
Bronny gonna be getting up early, Skip.
or is Bronny going to get a helicopter for
He
Christmas?
might.
Is
He might.
Oh,
He might have his own helicopter.
Cause he know Papa got it. Like
Huh?
I didn't even
because
think about
I don't know
that.
how you get there in rush hour and rush hour.
pretty far.
Get back and forth, right?
he might got a heliport.
Okay.
In Brentwood.
Because now LeBron has to go way out there to watch him play the games.
Oh,
right?
you know he taking a copter.
Okay? Which is another sign that he's semi-retired.
There you go, Skip. The man want to see his son play. You talking about he's
Well, I
semi-retired.
don't blame him for wanting to
doesn't
see his
have
son
anything
play.
to
No,
I want to see him play.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Oh, you will see
Really?
virtuosos next
Really?
season. I promise you that.
That is it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. Right now, Colin tells you why Anthony Davis is just not good at breakups. The Herd starts right now.
Undisputed.
Here we go on a Thursday. Final start tonight in the NBA. This is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we are live in Los Angeles on iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me. We are ready for the finals to begin in earnest tonight. We're also getting ready for the biggest player movement potentially in NBA or professional sports history. Joy, how are you?
I'm great. Very excited for tonight.
So I talked about this yesterday. Yesterday was going to be a big breakup lunch for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis plays for the Pelicans. He's a big star. He is going to control free agency, or at least he could. So yesterday, the Pelicans general manager, David Griffin, met with Anthony Davis. And I've said I've been saying this for months. What I don't like about Anthony Davis is I think he's soft. He's non-confrontational. Michael Jordan wasn't. Kobe Bryant wasn't. LeBron James isn't. He's non-confrontational. So yesterday, it was perfect. The Pelicans actually took him to breakfast. It's always easier to break up over breakfast. I mean, the later in the day, alcohol gets served, people get more agitated. The morning, who argues over oatmeal and pancakes? I mean, they even call it break fast. It's quick. It's one course. It's over in 30 minutes. It's oatmeal. Nobody's ever gotten into a fight over oatmeal. So the Pelicans gave him a big break. Pelicans were like, let's go out and meet for breakfast. And Anthony Davis still couldn't break up. He doesn't have any alpha. Wojnarowski, Adrian Woj, came out and said, well, yeah, David Griffin and Anthony Davis met. They're expected to continue dialogue moving forward. Why? Why? You're not happy. You've already said that. David Griffin gave you a great break. It was breakfast. That's the easiest time of the day to break up. I mean, you go to a breakfast, you're like, hey, listen, I got a bunch of stuff planned today. Listen, we don't work out together. I love you. I got to go. I'm going to go work out, and I've got a big lunch today. Boom, out. Everybody knows dinner, alcohol served, big steaks there. You're going home. You got nowhere to go. Couldn't do it. This is the easiest breakup ever. This is the easiest breakup ever, and Anthony Davis can't do it. He needs his agent to come in and do it for him. Think about this. You've got a guy replacing you 5 days after you're traded, Zion, with way more magnetism. I think he's going to be potentially even a greater player. So you got that going. Secondly, everybody knows you want out, so you're not like dropping a bombshell. They're just praying they can keep you. And third, your team's going to get a bunch of picks and players and assets when you leave. You're not leaving them high and dry. I mean, you're giving them picks, you're giving them players, you're giving them... And he still couldn't do it. This was the easiest breakup in league history. And if a guy struggles to break up, it makes me wonder about his game, his personality. Can I put a franchise on his back? Breakups have to be fast, clean, to the point, clear, and strong. I mean, really, Anthony, you want another rebuild? This is an easy one. You show up over pancakes and you say, listen, I've had a great time, but I'm a pro athlete. I got 6 prime years left. I don't want to go through another rebuild. What could I say? What could David Griffin say? David would be like, you got me there. Because even David Griffin knows we are rebuilding. You got a bunch of 19-year-olds coming. Zion Williamson's a baby. Going to be great, but a baby. You know, Damon Stoudemire was on our show, former Raptor Blazer, yesterday, and he said you can look and watch Anthony Davis. He's just so darn uncomfortable with all of this.
When I look at Anthony Davis, he looks like he's uncomfortable with being the villain. You kind of have to alienate and be a really tough-minded, strong, thick-skinned individual to basically do what he did. And I'm saying from afar, he looks like a great guy, and I don't know if he's comfortable with that.
Listen, the Pelicans really set it up for him to go. They weren't manipulative. Rick Bucher was on yesterday on the show. And he said when Orlando was trying to keep, remember when Orlando was trying to keep Dwight Howard? They made it virtually impossible for Dwight Howard to leave. Do you remember what Rick Bucher said yesterday about this?
Dwight Howard with Orlando. He was all ready to go on. He wanted out. They got him into a room. They got a bunch of the sponsors in a room. They isolated him. They did it without his agent. And Dwight caved, and he because he was going to get on a plane with his teammates, and then the next thing you see is Instagram. You see a photo of him with the guys on the plane. Is yaha, you know. But he'd handed the keys back to Orlando, and he immediately regretted it as soon as he did it.
Okay, that's a tough breakup. That'd be like telling your wife you're divorcing her, and she brings her dad or mom, their cousins, the family, the kids, and you're like, yeah, I'm breaking up the family. I'm going to go throw up. That would be hard. David Griffin invited Anthony Davis out for pancakes. And he's like, it's too hostile. I'm too uncomfortable. Pass the syrup. I want to stay forever. That's why I doubt Anthony Davis. By the way, his agent was there, Rich Paul, was with him holding his hand. Still couldn't do it. Anthony could have said, I just don't want to rebuild again. Rich, take it from here. Walk out. Thanks for flying United. Amazing. That was the easiest potential. They didn't even have a breakup lunch. It was a breakup breakfast. He couldn't do it. We'll keep monitoring it going forward. All right, so I want to move to this. So I'm driving home yesterday, and I'm listening to radio. AM radio. Love it. As a sports radio host, and he's an old guy, and he's complaining about how the NBA, and a guy calls the show, and they're complaining, yeah, nobody talks about the games in the NBA. It's always about the soap opera and the stars and who's going to play. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, well, what's wrong with that? You do get in politics. The campaign is way more interesting than talking about government. The presidential campaigns are fascinating. People are arguing. They're having debates. You don't know who's going to be president, who's going where, what office. It's fascinating. That's why Fox News and MSNBC crush C-SPAN's ratings. Because campaigns are way more interesting than government. Government is 8-hour tax code briefing. Not that fascinating. Campaigns, Trump on Twitter, fireworks show. Joe Biden versus Trump debate. That's way more interesting than the tax code meeting. So our American politics, to some degrees, like the NBA. What people say in a campaign is much more interesting than what they'll do as a politician. And you're worried because the NBA does that? Folks, The dirty little secret about the NBA, and the NBA knows this and would admit it behind closed doors. Nobody really watches the games until the conference finals and the finals. The Pro Bowl crushes NBA ratings all year long, even the first round of the playoffs, often the second round. But it's great soap opera. And the two sports in America that give us headlines are the NFL and the NBA. The two